Hi everybody, this video is all about 90 degrees square and how you use a tool called a square to actually get a square end on a piece of wood that you're about to cut. This is about laying out the square end and using the tool to do that. So the 90 degree square corner is very important when we're building anything. The tools that we are looking at are called a square. So we're going to work right here. And I'm going to do it for you right now. Believe it or not, both of these tools are called a square. That one, called a tri-square. You're really only going to find that in a shop somewhere. And this one here is called a speed square, or a framing square. You find that on the job site all the time. Again, the 90 degree corner and the heavy base of the square is the important part. 90 degree corner and the heavy base. So the first thing that you do is you measure your distance with a ruler, okay? What is the distance that you want to cut? Whether you're making a puzzle or a box or whatever else you're making, you're going to measure in from the end of that material. You're going to line your ruler up right with the very end of it, and you're going to measure in whether it's 1 inch, 1.5 inches, 1 5/8, whatever it is. And again, you're going to make a mark at the very space that is, and make a mark in the same direction as the lines on the ruler. Then you bring the square in. Now the speed square you can bring in like this. It's very important that the base of the square is up against this piece of wood, and you slide it right in. And again, what you're doing here is you are transferring perpendicular 90 degrees the edge of this board in this direction to give you a straight 90 degree line, so that when you cut it's going to be square. If I do the same thing with this square, it's this base that's going up against the side of the board nice and tight. You have to hold it tight and then slide it into where your mark is to draw your line. You never draw a line on a piece of material with a ruler like this because it moves around all over the place. Let's try that again. I'm going to cut a 2 3/8 piece off of this piece of wood. So I'm going to take my ruler, I'm going to lay it right on there, I'm going to line up the end, and I'm going to hold the end with my fingertip lined up there. And I'm going to measure in 2 3/8, which is 6 lines past 2. 1, 2 is 1/8, 3, 4 is 2/8 or a quarter, and then 5, 6 is 3/8 right there, or 6/16. Again, making a line right underneath it and in the same direction. Then I bring the square in, and again, you might have to move things around and get yourself comfortable. But again, the square needs to be tight against the board. You bring it up to get up to your mark, squeeze the two of them together tightly like that, right on your mark, and then draw your line. And then if I were you, I would put my initials or my name right on my material before I even cut it. And again, using the square.